Hello and welcome to the Sewing Studio. Today I'm going to show you how to do some more applique on our Jubilee quilt. But today you're going to have 2 rows instead of 1. I'm going to show you how to do the dogs and the watering cans. Now it may be that you choose to do cats, but I've chosen dogs. So I've drawn the shape of my dog onto the smooth side of my Bondaweb, and I'm going to place that onto my fabric. And because I don't want the stripes going down, I want them going at an angle, I'm just going to go a little bit like that. I'm going over to the iron and I'm going to press that. And now I'm going to cut it out on the line. And I'm going to break the back of the Bondaweb with a pin. I'm going to take the back of the Bondaweb off. Now you can see that I've already placed 2 of the dogs on here. And what I did was I just worked out roughly where the centre of my row was. So I just put a little finger press in there. That was roughly the centre. And then I've placed the dogs. Now you can see that these are facing opposite ways. So when you do your tracing of your dog, make sure that you trace some the other way, because when you come to applique them on, you applique them in reverse. So on the one behind me, you can see that I've done them all going the same direction. This time I'm being a little bit more adventurous and I'm going to do them facing one another. So I would cut out all of the dogs and I would place them onto my fabric, and I would place all of them on there to work out where I wanted them positioned before I ironed them on. So I'm just going to press this one on here now to show you. I'll probably have 1 more there and another 2 there. So I'm just going to press that onto there. And then I would go round on my machine doing a blanket stitch, or it may be that you want to do free motion. So it's entirely up to you how you attach your applique to your background fabric. If you wanted to put eyes on your dog, or you wanted to embroider some whiskers, the time to do that is right at the very end. So any embellishments, do that right at the very end when you've got all your rows joined together. So that's the dog row. Now I'm going to show you the watering cans. And it's done in exactly the same way. So these were pictures that I traced from a quilting book that I had. So I've traced the watering can, and you can see here that I've got 3 parts. So I've done it in different colours. I've got the bottom of the watering can, I've got a heart, and I've got the shape of the watering can. And I've done it in the same way where I've got 2 facing opposite ways. So when you come to trace this, you will need to trace 1 going that way and 1 going the other way if you want to do it like that. So I'm just going to press this onto the back of the fabric. I've already pressed these 2, and I'm now just going to cut out all of the pieces. Going to break the back of the Bondaweb. Oh, no, I'm just going to cut that little handle out. I forgot about that. Probably could do with a pair of smaller scissors for this. So I'm going over to the iron. And I'm just going to place my watering can at a slight angle because I'm going to do some little embroidery so it looks like water coming out. In fact, I've decided now I'm not going to put a heart on this one because you can see that I've got the 3 soldiers and the crown, and I think if I put the heart in the middle it's going to detract from that, so I'll keep that one for another one. I'm going to put my red fabric on the bottom. I'm going to press that on like that. So you would, again, you would go round this using a blanket stitch, or you could do free motion. And then when you've joined all your pieces together, you can see on the quilt behind me that I've done a little bit of embroidery. So that looks like the water coming from the watering can. And you could use something like this perle thread, which changes colour as it comes off the reel. And I would just do some very light tacking stitches so that it looks like the water coming from the end of the watering can. So if you like what we do, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, where we've got lots of exciting stories about what our customers are doing. We've got photos of customer makes. We've got behind the scenes footage. You can meet the team. You can ask us questions, and we have lots of hints and tips. So there's lots going on our Instagram account. So don't forget to follow us. So there we are. We've got 2 rows completed, dogs and watering cans. So as always, make it your own, have fun, and I look forward to seeing you here in the sewing studio the next time.